I think we're live. It says this is live. How are we, Mr. Colin?
Hey, buddy. I'm in fine, Fettel. Thank you very much. I've had some travels lately, and I haven't seen you in ages. How you been keeping?
I have a commercial playing.
Nice. Don't forget to buy whatever the commercial is selling because it's there.
You're going to have to bear with me 1 second, Colin, because as usual, I didn't set something up right. There's a way to mute this. There it is. I got it. Now if I could bring you back up, we're good.
So let me get this right. You traded me for a commercial.
I guess so. I guess there's commercials airing on this now. Anyway, long story short, nobody watching would ever believe that we have been preparing yesterday and then an hour before we went live now to make sure this stuff doesn't happen. And yet it still happens. So let's take a look at the chat and see. I think there's oh my God, there's 40 people in here now. I was about to say once we have 2 or 3 people, we could start. But there's 40 in there. We've got Ron Triple Stars. Mount Miguel was in. Kim Stupid Sister's there. Jay Real saying, hey, Ed. Robert Ferguson, hello. Little Bit for Nothing. Josh Ray Videos is in the house. Big Jackpot with his boom boom booms and the Kim emoji because he's a channel member. Sharonda Lopez, what's happening? Hello, everybody. Betty King. Bonsai Yama review. Brad Cocker. Hi, Ed. Hey. Nice.
Well, that's a lot of people right there. And you just look at that. And Caroline Garcia was there all the way from New Zealand. Hello, Caroline. Scott from the Big Jackpot. Don't forget, have a really happy birthday this week, buddy. Enjoy it. Make sure it lasts at least a week. Birthdays should last a long time.
Happy birthday, Scott. And I think he should be in Reno right now, shouldn't he?
Reno or Atlantic City. I think Reno. I think it's going to be good. It's going to be exciting. So yeah, it'll be carnage. Knowing his birthday bashes as they are, they start off at Platinum. Is it Platinum 57, and then they go Reno, Vegas, all over the world. It's very cool.
Yeah, we'll have to talk to him about parking of our RV. We may have to stop by there when we do our world tour next year.
It's very exciting. That's coming up in October, so stay tuned. It's going to be enormously exciting. And yes, Scott, if you are watching, next October, we're going to be stopping at Scott's. Yeah, definitely. So how you been? What's new?
Not much. We actually haven't done this in a while. I was looking at it. A couple months ago, we were just in Vegas together. But we haven't done a sit-down chat in a while. So tonight, if you're just jumping in, about 50 people in there now. It's a Saturday night, 7 o'clock on the East Coast. It's only 4 o'clock on the West Coast. So I'm surprised there's 50 people in there right now. But we're going to be talking about resort fees, free play, getting free rooms, the parking fees they're imposing, along with the resort fees now, getting free food, the limo service to and from the airports or wherever you're going, and casino hosts. That's the basis of tonight's little live stream.
Yeah, there's plenty going on there. And don't forget, guys, we've got you in chat. So if you have any questions or if you have any good points, please share with us. We're here to learn, all of us. Ed and I travel to Las Vegas a lot, but we're always willing to learn tips of the trade because going to Las Vegas can be really expensive. But there are ways, hello Bonsai, there are ways, hello J-Roll, that you can do it on a budget.
I'm seeing we got Sandy O, we got May Curry. I'm hoping I'm not missing people. Margarita Ortiz, hello. Holy cow, I'm scrolling through the chat. And surprisingly, it's letting me scroll through the chat without losing the screen this time. Nice. So I guess we'll get this started, Colin. We've got enough people in here. In a few minutes, we'll go back to the chat and see what you guys think about some of this stuff, and maybe you guys have tips. I know Bonsai's in here right now, and he's got a review channel, so he's always out there too. Let's see what some of his thoughts might be. Anyway, let's talk resort fees. Do you pay resort fees, Colin?
No, I don't now, but I always did. And resort fees, I think, are crippling because you can get a cheap room at somewhere like, I don't know, let's say Circus off the top of my head, and you can pay $25 a night, and then you pay almost the same, if not more, in resort fees. Now, I did that for many, many years until I became a Players Club certain level member. What I mean by that is you get your Players Club card, you put it in your machine, and the more you lose, no, the more you circulate through a machine, you can join their Players Club. So you can become like a bronze, a silver, a gold, or a platinum, whatever. And when you get to certain levels, they stop charging you resort fees. And I'm kind of happy about that because they were $39, I think, at the Cosmo, Ed.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like that much, but that'll add up. Like you said, a low-cost hotel room, or even a high-cost hotel room that you're paying, those resort fees, they run, yeah, 29 to, I've heard even up to $59. And doesn't seem like a lot, but a $59 resort fee on somebody that takes a 10-night trip to Las Vegas, that's $590. That adds up quick. So the key here is always playing slot machines, and I'm not saying you have to dump all your money into them, but as long as you play, and like Colin said, you go up in the levels of the casino's card, the player's card. Once you hit a certain level or you get a host, I think at that point they call you an invited guest, and a lot of that stuff is waived. So a lot of the things we're going to talk about tonight come down to playing slot machines, getting a host, and a lot of this stuff will be knocked off and given to you for free.
That's true. I'm just looking to have a quick look. Already the chat's kind of excited about it. Yeah, it's something we all know. Thank you for your comments, Andy. We'll try and cover everything on comps to the best of our ability. We're not experts, but we'll do our very best. And Josh Ray was saying that he's an M Life person and Cosmo. This brings me on to a tenuous link, actually. For those of you who don't go to Las Vegas, this is my purse, by the way. I get a lot of stick about this in Vegas whenever I'm there. But I keep all my essential Vegas stuff in there. And in my essential Vegas stuff, I have credit cards. No, they're empty. Driving license. Yeah, not so good. I have an identity card. Now, that's from the Cosmopolitan. Now, that is a Players Club card. When you have a Players Club card, here's one from Seneca. When you have Players Club card, you slide it in the machine, like Ed said, and everything you spend is registered on your card. And that is what helps you build up your availability for comps or the accessibility to comps. M Life, I've got one somewhere. I think it's blue. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's a really good starting point. As soon as you get to the resort, especially if you're traveling from Europe, get there, sign up for the Players Club card, because everything you do, including playing slots, buying merchandise, buying a gift, something you're going to take back for the family, you use the card, you wave your card, be proud and go, that's my card, and they'll add up the points, and eventually you accrue membership points, Ed.
I just saw Odie Vegas said resort fees were imposed as a way to increase room rates without sharing the dividends with third-party vendors like Hotels.com. And I've heard the exact same thing, so I'm going to say that's true. That you have your third-party sites that people book hotel rooms with, and the hotels that use these third-party sites, that's absolutely why they're doing it, so they could still increase the amount of money that they're making. Josh Ray Video said, so I'm a total rewards member and I have a host. I think the comps are good for free rooms whenever I want. How do you think M Life and Cosmo comps compare to Caesars rewards? This is one of those subjects that everybody's going to have different opinions. I've played at Caesars. I'm a Diamond Reward member there. I played at M Life. I was a platinum there. I'm at Cosmo. I don't even think I've gotten to platinum yet on Cosmo, and I've dumped a lot of money. I've just started Golden Nugget and a few others. Long story short, everybody has different rewards. I've gone, and it comes down to what you play too. And this is a confusing. Let me explain this. I could go with $5,000 to the Cosmo, lose it all playing slots on high denomination, and not get many rewards. I could also walk in there with a $100 bill, get lucky, win, and continue playing the entire night, hit a jackpot, continue playing that money I won, hit another jackpot, continue playing the money I won, build up 20, 30, 40, 50,000 points. Before you know it, they're inviting me back, they're giving me limos. There I walked in with $100 bills. There I walked in with 5,000. So it's very hard to What's your thought on that, Mr. Colin?
No, I agree completely. I'm going for the purple moustache now. I'm just reading back on the same thing. It's really complicated, but it's also quite simple. If you're looking for, in my opinion, if you're looking for a comped room for 1 or 2 nights, you can go into a whole new casino. You can put a member's card in somewhere like Paris or somewhere like well, any of them, and if you cycle through, let's say you're doing 100, 150 bucks, you put that through, you have some winnings, you put that through, you have some winnings. Chances are you're going to be offered a comped room because you go home the next day because they've got your email address. I'm loving this purple moustache. The next day, the chances are they'll email you and say, come back between X and Y in September or October, and we'll give you a free room. Now, you must check that to make sure that it's a free room without resort fees, because resort fees can be snuck on there. There's a lot of competition in here. The competition between Caesars and the Cosmo and stuff like that. It's really difficult. I find the Cosmo. I'm now playing with my purple moustache. I find the Cosmo comps brilliant. Ed has great comps at M Life, so they're all quite similar. I do love. I look like Mario. Hello, shortcut. Yeah, Mario. But yes, as long as you're accruing the points, you're getting the bonuses through. I was very lucky. Here's a really good tip for you. If you've cycled through a lot of money in a casino in the past, so you've gone along, you've won big, you've put it all back, which is what we normally do, guys. They will perhaps allocate you a host. Ed will go onto that later on. But I've got such a good host on the West Coast that when I'm going to the East Coast, for example, I was in Seneca last week or the week before. Seneca will phone my host in Las Vegas. My host will say, yeah, we know Colin, he does about this, that, and the other. And all of a sudden, without even setting foot in Seneca, I was comped a corner suite for 4 nights, and I got a black advantage card, and some free play and some food play. So if you play the game right and you really keep your wits about you, comping is awesome.
I'm looking, holy cow question, weird question. Do Vegas casinos tiers match? I know Caesars does. That's the way I jumped to Diamond tier. But what about the others? If you're a new player and you reach out to a host, many times, let's pretend you're going to Red Rock as an example, and you're a cosmopolitan player. If you have a host there and your host knows that every time you stop in there, you're good for $2,000-$3,000. You could take those offers you have from that host, or even your the mailer offers, and you could present that to a host over at Red Rock, per se, or another casino, and many times they'll match what that offer was if you've never played there before. So if you had 3 nights in a suite, limo pickup, food credit, and free play, whatever, they'll probably match that for you, or try to come close to get you to come over there and play in their casino. But they have to see that you're an established player somewhere already. And going back, I saw somebody made a question about how much do you have to spend. I lost where it was. I think it was Sandio. How much does one have to play to get fees waived? That's a good question. Colin, you want to take that one? I don't know how much you have to play to exactly get fees waived. And again, the dollar amount, as far as I'm concerned, Colin will take this in a second, but like I said, you could go in with $5,000 or you could go in with a $100 bill. That $100 bill, you might get a few wins and continue playing and rack up points, to which they see you played the entire night, even though you only started with a $100 bill and you got crazy points. That could be enough right there to show that you were committed and played all night. What do you think, Colin? And I'm going to get a quick drink of water.
Yeah, no problem at all. I'll fill this one. Yeah, I think what Ed said is exactly right. It's a weird system. Apparently, it's slightly different between each casino, according to the information I have. Some casinos, like the Cosmopolitan, which I can speak of because the Cosmo is like my second home. Some casinos take your annual play, so you've had to have gone there a few times. They work out averages, So they work out my average of how much money I've cycled through, not lost or won, cycled through. And then once every month, they'll send me a wonderful offer. You get a free suite, no resort fees for as many nights as you like. You get $1,000 or more free play, and you'll get a few $100s food credit. That's really good. But that one particular resort I've been to many times, so it's kind of built up. I am still of the opinion that if you're going to Vegas for your first time, or you don't go there very often, when you register for a player's card and you give them your email address, chances are, most of my friends have said, do you know, I got home, and the day I got home, I got an offer of free rooms. So that's kind of, and they weren't. I'm not a high roller by any stretch, but they were low rollers, and they still got good offers, which were free rooms. Now, if you phone up the company who said, "Oh, yeah, thank you for the free rooms," that's a free room without resort fees, and they will confirm that. Make sure you confirm it before you go. Ed,
I'm looking at the chat. I see sizzling slot jackpots came in. What's going on? Mike G had a question. He said, "Can we do another one of these chats about slot strategies in the future?" We could. I'm looking at a side note that popped up here. It said, "Hangouts on Air is going away on August 1st. For quick streaming, try something else." And they give me a link. So I wasn't even aware that this is going away. We might not be able to do it in the same format anymore, Colin. But I'll tell you, if you want slot strategies, there's a guy out there called JFK. He flips and dips. He knows how to win every time. So you can check him out. Flipping and dipping.
Yeah, the slot strategies are his expert field. Please don't spend the $300 and buy that guy's book. Yeah, we will get back to that next time. This time, sadly, we've got to work on comps and other things. And the comps are really lovely. They're a lovely feeling. Guys, always stop the rewards desk. Yeah, absolutely. As Joe just said, first thing you should do when you walk into a casino, hand over your passport, driver's license, or whatever, and say, "I'd like a player's card, please." And then you're in there. It doesn't make any difference, and I know this for a fact. If you put your Players Club card into a slot machine, it's not going to pay out any less. It's on a completely different circuit to the payouts. A lot of people think, "Oh, my card, I'm going to take it out, put it back in, I'm going to do this." That's not true. And I know that from slot manufacturers. The other thing is, just think about this. If you play cards, roulette, something like that, if there's a pit boss, who's the guy who walks between the gambling tables, if you've got a card in your hand, sort of try and attract his or her attention and just say, "I've got this." And sometimes when you're playing, the pit boss will also give you points, or will there are other things to do. When you go to the store, in the shop, to buy some t-shirts to take home to the family, use your card, accrue all the points you can. I'm loving this moustache. Ooh, it's pretty
shortcut
good.
C, he said, what do we got? "I would rather play high limit, and I think I have a better chance of winning." Strangely, I'm going the other way. I used to play a lot of high limit slots, and I'm really starting to, well, first of all, I'm going for that grand on Lightning Link. But I'm super happy lately playing like 5-cent denomination, $1.25 a spin on Lightning Link. I have a good time with it. I don't get killed with it. It keeps you going. Never thought I'd get into those games, but I'm starting to go lower limit, and I never thought that would happen. They do say the payoffs are better on the higher limit machines. So when you're dollar denomination, $5 denomination, the payback percentage, which is over a long period of time, is better. M Life is good on the floor. Works small bets.
Yeah, no, it's definitely true. The fact that if you play a high limit machine, the thing is, if you play in a high limit machine and you get a hit, it could be thousands, and you're like, "Yay!" and you're done for the night, which is kind of nice. The low limit machines that Ed and I play, and they're much more fun because your money lasts a little bit longer. But we can only share experiences, and my experience is that I've got two new things I just wanted to talk about. I've got one of these horrible habits where I find a slot machine and I put money in, and I think, okay, I've put $500 in. It's got to pay out. I'm going to put another $500 in. And it's really completely the wrong thing to do, because recently I've just been to Seneca, Niagara, and I started bouncing between machines. So I started playing a machine, put $100 in, and then thought, no, okay, I'm not feeling it. I bounced to the next one, and I had quite a lot of hand pays, which was really nice. God bless Seneca. They took very good care of me. And also, there are some weird things. I've just discovered that I normally I bet 880 on a spin when I'm feeling flush. And I did that at Seneca, and for 2 days I won nothing at all, lost all my money. I was down to my last few bucks, and I started reducing my bet slightly to 528 and to whatever it is, 375. All of a sudden I was hitting stuff. So it's kind of, I don't know, maybe there's some local knowledge there. Maybe speak to the locals, the people who you look at them on the slot machine, you think, yeah, you come here every week, and ask their advice. It might help. Sorry, Ed, didn't mean to interject.
No, not at all. I'm trying to catch the chat. There's a lot of questions in here. I'm back up still. Josh Ray Video said, how do you feel about downtown comps versus the strip? I find strip offers more comps. Yes and no. Put it this way. If we're talking apples to apples, and you're going out there with a fictitious number, $5,000, and that's what you're going to play on your trip. If you go to a older casino downtown versus a new casino on the strip, newer, say the Cosmo versus, I don't want to give names, an older casino versus a newer casino, that $5,000 is going to get you a lot more comps in the older casino. That's what I found. And again, everybody, what you're hearing tonight is just based on our opinions, as Colin just said. Don't take anything too serious. It's just our experiences and what we found. Johnny Casino said, my wife hit 3,300 on Lightning Link on 50 cents. Exactly. This is, I'm really starting to, I'm looking forward. I'm going to Vegas again next week too. We'll get into that in a minute, but I can't wait. It's been a while. Last time I was out there, I think was May. I've slowed down this year. I need to start making more trips.
No, I think it's actually, it's number one. I've got a board behind me of things to talk about. Is it Thursday you go out?
Yeah, Thursday I'm going out. Kim's stupid sister said, I'll just use your comps as usual. Thanks, dude. Okay. You know, that's the best way to be comped. That is the best way to be comped.
That's just totally, that's so Kim. Hello, Kimmy, by the way. Love you. Yeah, I can't wait to see you. You're going to be, let me get this right, because I know it's kind of special, because you've got a relationship with the Golden Nugget, and they've invited you to go and do this, which is, I can't remember anybody else kind of doing that, which is kind of special. So we're going to get an insight into one of the most historical casinos in Las Vegas, and you're going to entertain us with many hand pays, perhaps.
Well, okay, let me give you my experience on that. Last time I went to I just stopped by the Golden Nugget. I had to meet a few people. They have a public relations person. I had to meet a host that I got there. I had never played there. I had never stayed there. And I did a live stream. Before the live stream, I hit a hand pay on a quarter machine for $1,500. During the live stream with my buddy Rick, I think we turned $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 on a few machines. And yes, it's one of the casinos you need to get permission to film there. You can't just run in with your camera and film. They require permission. They want to check you out. They want to know what you're doing, who you are, whatever. And you have to sign a release stating certain things you will and will not do. But they have been great to me. They're welcoming me with open arms, and I'm going out there. This will be my first time staying off the strip. Well, that's not true. I stayed at Hard Rock once, and that's sort of off the strip. Fremont Street. It'll be my first time staying on Fremont Street. And I'm looking forward to it, because as you walk out of the door of the casino, you have all that nightlife right there on Fremont, which we've gone to often. You have the concerts playing on the stages, the crazy people just doing their thing in their little circles. It's a free-for-all out there. It's awesome. And I'm looking forward to this trip. And they've been very supportive, and they're very welcoming of me. So I'm looking forward to see what happens at the Golden Nugget this coming weekend or next weekend.
Should be amazing. So don't forget, everybody, to watch the live streams. Do whatever you do. I think I'm going to convert these to eyebrows now. which would be nice. Yeah, downtown has got certain flavor. We were out there, myself, Ed, and the gang, Ron and Brooke and Daniel and quite a few other people. And yeah, we saw Ed's sister was just a crazy dancing monster, which was kind of good fun. And I'm sure it'll be a great video to watch and, well, great live streams to watch. Are you going live at 6 o'clock Vegas time every night, Ed?
No, I've sort of changed that. My new times are 5 o'clock Vegas time, 8 o'clock East Coast time. I posted some of the thumbnails already for when I'm out there next week. I get in late Thursday night. I'll probably do a live, but it's going to be super late. I get in after 8 or 9 o'clock at night. But then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm scheduling 5 o'clock at night on Slotcracker, the regular channel. And then I'm also going to be out on Fremont on my Out and About, the other Slotcracker Out and About channel. I'll be out walking around Fremont with the camera on, seeing the wonderful sights of Fremont Street and the craziness. I'm looking at the chat. Somebody just said, Johnny Casino, when in October, would love to meet up. I don't know if he's talking to somebody else in the chat. October's G2E. We're all going to be out there. I think half the slot community is going to be out there. Somebody else just said, Tony said, hello, guys. I saw SC Slots hit $18,000 on a 50-cent bet at San Manuel. Oh, I'm looking forward to this trip. I want to do a lot of this with the camera off, of course. I don't think many people want to watch 50-cent betting on a live stream. But with the camera off and having a cup of coffee, I'm going to go crazy. I'll run 2 machines at 50 cents a piece just to see if I can't get that grand.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Well, I don't want to talk about that anymore because I'm not there and I'm jealous. But I'll be there. I'm there with Ron and Brooke, my besties, over there in early September, and then I'm over with the Slotcracker in October for round G2E time. So keep yourself aware. Right, let's go back to topics because we're running out of time and we haven't even done. Let's start with low-cost Vegas. Here's some tips on tips. Now, the first thing I was going to mention, I'm going to mention this because it's really curious. Ed and I are blessed to be able to be given limousines to pick us up from the airport and take us to the resorts. Fantastic, really lovely, very kind of the resorts to do that. But we're on a budget, we're not multi-zillionaires. Uncle Scott, I know you are. But what we find is that when you're tipping, like if you're tipping the limo driver when you get back to the casino, you're going to give at least $20 to say thank you very much for giving us a wonderful journey. Now, if you get an Uber, so no limo, but just get an Uber at the airport, $14. There you go. That's $6 saved right there. So that was kind of into the whole tipping issue, Ed.
Yes. I have found, and depending where you're going, what casino with the limos that they send out for you, I've gone as crazy when I first started jumping in the limos and not knowing any better as $40, $50 for a ride to the hotel. And I would turn down the limos that your host was offering because, like Colin just said, you could take an Uber for $14. You could take a taxi for $20. Why am I going to spend $40 on a tip? But it's also nice to get off the plane and come down. Somebody takes your luggage for you, and the car's sitting right there for you. But I found a new trick. You can take these. All you have to do is get on a plane, go to Indonesia, and you get these rupees of $20,000. Nobody knows what they are, and I think that's worth what, like 50 cents.
Cheapskate.
Yeah.
That's a really good trick. But back on the same subject. This is something I feel really strongly about. Uber versus taxi. Okay, you've flown in. If you're like me, you've flown nearly 11 hours. And I always used to get taxi. And unfortunately, I had a few bad experiences in taxis whereby they took me the wrong way, or they pressed a button on their meter and all of a sudden it went up $5 when I was sat there. I travel on my own, so it can't be luggage or extra people. So here's a big shout out for Uber in Las Vegas. Never had a bad experience. None of my friends have had a bad experience in Uber. Do bear that in mind when you're coming in. There's an Uber place. So I think it's on the first floor of the airport in the multi-story car park. that you can do. Hello to Delana Brown, downtown Delana Brown. Hello, sweetie. Get that knee well soon. I want to be dancing with you in October. Sorry, Ed, carry on.
No. All right. So we talked a little bit about tips. Always tip your room cleaners, the maid service. What is the proper word now for them? Not room service. Maids.
No.
No. What's the proper name now for maids?
They're something they're something technicians. Are they room technicians? Are they? I'm not sure.
Anyway, always leave a little money in the envelope for them. So we've covered the limos. We've covered some tipping, Ubers, and taxis. If you end up spending a lot of money in a casino, you could even get your flights comped from your host. And keep in mind, it's I don't know. I don't want to go into what I've spent, what you've spent. Have you ever been offered a flight? You're coming from a faraway place too. That doesn't even count. Your flight would be a lot more money.
No, I have. I have. I know. Unfortunately, I have an artificial hip, and I tend to try. I have to sleep on a bed on a plane. So that's kind of business class, not first class, but it's business class. So when they kindly offered to fly me over, they say you can go economy or premium economy, and I'm like, well, actually, I need to fly business because of this stupid artificial hip. And they kind of do, hello, May, nice to see you. And they kind of don't always have the budget to do that. But they do have budgets to do other things. Now, comps are really important and really good and can be really helpful. And get one night comp, I should do, yeah. So keep that player's card working, Ed. That's the way forward, I think.
That's the most important thing, is to track all of your play. And like I said, again, I'm reiterating, but a simple $100 bill in a slot machine with a few wins on it, and it keeps you going for hours and hours. On that $100 bill, you'll rack up points and you'll earn a lot of comps. Those comps will get you hosts, they'll get you food, your parking fees waived, free rooms in the future. I think for the most part, we've tackled pretty much everything. We could look into the chat, see if there's any questions. Actually, Colin, what is the best comp you've ever received?
The best comp I ever received. I really liked my recent Seneca comp. They were very kind. But the best comp I ever received was from the Cosmopolitan. Bless them, hugged and squeezed them. And they did offer to pick up my flight, but didn't quite do it. But they said, okay, we're going to give you as many nights as you want to stay. I had to stay 11 nights. They gave me a fabulous suite. It wasn't the wraparound suite. Somebody mentioned the wraparound suite earlier. And I just want to point out that if you're traveling on your own, because I normally travel on my own, the wraparound suite is just too much. There's all the two huge balconies at an angle like that. So I have a one bedroom, I think it's called a one bedroom terrace suite or something, which is really nice. So they offered me 11. They said 11 nights. Yeah, we'll pick that up. No problem. It was $1,800 in free play, $400 in food, plus the host said to me, by the way, if you run up another $400 or $500 on food, don't worry, I'll pick it up for you. And check this out. This was the best thing. This to me was priceless. I'm going to move my camera now. You're probably going to lose me. But can you see, hang on, can you see that? Now that...
Yes, I remember the story. You told me the founding members of Duran Duran.
Either I was one of the founding members of Duran Duran, or my host, Tom, who I love and I'm indebted to him eternally. He organized a big meet and greet backstage with Duran Duran, my favorite band in the whole world. And he's doing it again for me, actually, bless him. And that was by far the best trip. That was priceless for me. Hosts and comps things, you can get tickets to shows that, you know, we can't afford. If we want to get a front row ticket for somebody like that, it's going to be $400 or $500 a head. And we haven't got that kind of money. But that's when comps can come in really fantastically well. Yeah, so that's pretty groovy.
I just saw Mount Miguel said he gets more points from dining and the stores than he does from actually gambling. Everybody has a different take, but I don't want to go to Vegas and purchase a $300 dinner for points. I rather put money into the machines where I have a chance of winning. Plus, I have a slot channel and I want to record videos. I want to eat for free on my comps and put the money into gambling. But he is right. You do get points when you spend money in their stores, when you spend money in their restaurants, and I guess some at a higher rate. Jay Real mentioned another program, Zoom Stream, or Zoom to Stream next time instead of Google Hangouts, because this is going away. Somebody said, Daniel says they love Zoom Stream. Where do people in the chat stay?
Kim said Cosmo. Well done, Kim. We are the Cosmo gang. Let's face it. We do love. I know that Ed loves the Golden Nugget because it's really cool there. And the Cosmo can be quite expensive at times, so you have to look for good offers until they know you, and then they'll take the very best care of you. I stay there because it's got very up-to-date modern machines. All the casinos seem to pay out roughly the same. So when you hear people saying, "Oh, don't stay there, it's really tight," or "Don't," yeah, it's a bit of an old wives' tale. But they've got great hosts there. It's very safe, which is nice because I'm up at 4 a.m. in the morning. I go downstairs and I want to feel safe. There's plenty of security, plenty of staff there. If you get a hand pay, if you're lucky enough, they come over really quickly and deal with you. Which is kind of nice as well. You don't want to be sitting there with your light flashing off, your machine saying $5,000, and bad guys walking up and down beside you, thinking, "Oh my God, I don't feel good here." So that's another good thing about the Cosmo. Oh, let me talk about food before we forget. Food, guys. If you're traveling on your own, I do this a lot because I do travel on my own. It would be fine when I'm married to Kim because I won't be traveling on my own anymore. But at the moment, I travel on my own. And if I order a room service, it's very, very, very expensive because you get charged. So if I order a $20 burger off the menu, it gets charged with compulsory tipping of 25%, bring it to your room of 8%, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. It ends up costing $40 for a burger. But the charges are the same if there's more of you in one room. So if there's 2 or 3 of you in the room, the charges come down considerably. If there's one of you in the room, the one person has to pay all those taxes and charges. And it's a pain in the bum. So there you go. That's my last tip du jour.
And that's a good tip. And part of that tip was actually very valid. Yes, Cosmo tends to be a much more expensive casino. I think their rooms, if you're not getting comped, a basic closet room with no window is probably $500 a night. And it goes up. Lord knows what the suites go for, thousands. But like Colin said, it's a classier place and you feel safe. I've been in some other casinos where I'm sitting at a slot machine and you're engaged in what you're doing on the slot machine, and I'm wondering when a knife's going to enter my back. Not just because I'm a horrible person, but from the characters they have running around.
Yeah, we had that. We had that. You and I had that. I mean, didn't we? We had that together. We were playing in. We won't name the casino, but it's one of the big known four-star casinos. Maybe 2 years ago, and Ed and I were in this casino, and it was like watch your six. You know what I mean? I'm quite a big guy. Ed's a big guy, and yeah, it was kind of still. We felt uncomfortable, and that's not what you want if you're going to go and relax and enjoy yourself. So. Yeah, do your research, do your security research, because I think it's really important.
So, in wrapping this up, once again, I'm going to be in Vegas this coming Thursday until Sunday night, late Sunday night. I fly out 11 at night on a red eye. So if you're in Vegas, come say hi. Somebody reached out to me today. I'm not going to say who on here, but they're going to be out there too. Another pretty big slot channel. So we're making plans to meet up and get together. I'm going to be doing live streams on here. Again, they're already, the thumbnails are put out. They'll be 5 o'clock on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I'm also going to be on the other channel out and about doing live streams on Fremont. I'm also doing a members only live stream. If you're a channel member, you'll be able to see that. I forget when that is. That might be Friday. Friday after the regular live stream. That's already been put up too. So if you're a channel member or if you're about to join up or whatever, thank you. And I'll be doing a private live stream for that. And then G2E is going to be our next big trip in October, where everybody will be out there. And what else you have, Colin?
Oh, I'll tell you what I've got. A trip that you're not going on, buddy, but I'm going on myself. And for those of you who tune into Slot Family on Facebook, that's hashtag Slot Family on Facebook. Myself and Ron and Brooke, gorgeous, because they are the most gorgeous couple, will be out there at the beginning of September, and we will be going live on Facebook Slot Family at some stage with our shenanigans, because there's five of us. There's myself, Ed, Kim, Ron and Brooke, the Cinco Amigos, and we a couple of our trips we're slightly missing each other, but me and Ron Brooke, hashtag Slot Family on Facebook in September, and then I'm out with Ed. And we're going to rip it up. Oh, I'm out with Ed and Kim. We're going to rip it up in October. It's going to be fantastic. Thanks, Ed.
That's going to be a great trip. I just saw Randy is asking, are you a cop, Colin?
I should be, shouldn't I? No. I unfortunately I failed the medical because of my purple moustache. I went in and they didn't take it very kindly, and it interfered apparently with my gunplay. But thank you for thinking I would be a cop. I should be, really, shouldn't I? I'm more just yes, no. Thank you very much, Randy.
And then let's see, Tina Lanning, hello, can't wait. Kim's stupid sister, Secret Pizza is her favorite. That's in Cosmo. That is excellent. Daniel Smith is stupid sis going. She's going in October. Ron Triple Stars, you want to go? Yeah, you want to go, brother? Mount Miguel with the emojis. He's a channel member. May Curry, what other channel? Not sure what. What's the other channel that's going? I'm not going to release that, but another fairly big channel reached out to me tonight. They're going to be out there this week also, and we're going to get together. We're going to meet up and do something together too. I don't want to blow their cover. They might be on a secret trip. I don't know.
Yeah, see, I'm much more of a secret agent, a spy than a cop. I think I could do the James Bond thing, which would be kind of nice.
I didn't even think that question could have been directed at me, Colin, and.
That's okay. That's all dealt with. But before you sign off, I'm just going to say cheerio to everybody, because obviously you've all got things to do. God bless you all. It's lovely to see you all. It's so nice to see so many familiar faces, from Johnny to J Real. Lovely to see you. What colour shoes? Oh, Richard, I haven't got any coloured shoes on tonight, but I promise I will next time I'm in Vegas. Love you all. I'll put you back to the boss. Ed?
I'm looking at the screen now, wondering how I'm going to end this. There's a stop broadcast and a leave call. If I leave the call, it's just going to be Colin by himself, so I'll probably have to stop the broadcast. But thank you, everybody, for joining tonight. I hope you learned at least one little thing. We're not the most informative people, but it was a fun thing, and in the chat, you could have asked questions, too. Trying to keep up with it's difficult. But I'm looking forward to Vegas this week, and I'll see you all in a couple live streams from there. Thanks for joining tonight, and we'll see you in the near future. Thanks, everybody.